Hello viewers, welcome to the session of CodersTrust. I'm here Tariq Mohammed for conducting today's session and I hope you're doing great. So let's start today's session, and before starting the main session, I want to ensure that you are watching my screen properly and listening my voice also. So you can just comment here in the comment section if you are logged in with your Gmail account here. Okay, the main settings actually you have to take care that it is important to say my screen properly. Just select this settings icon here and choose the quality option and choose 360 or 480 or 720. So not but 240 or 144 because those are just for low resolution, and in that case actually you will not see my screen properly. So please just make ensure that you are selecting the right settings here, just above 360, at least 360 here. Well, I hope you'll do the settings properly. Today's topic is about MySQL, and which is most popular open source database system, and also the uses of PHPMyadmin and some idea of the MySQL core statements. So let's start the session here. So what is MySQL actually? I already said it is the most popular open source SQL database management system, and it is distributed, supported by the Oracle Corporation. And the SQL is the most popular language. Actually, it is a database query language which is used to adding, accessing, or managing content in a database, like the selecting any data or just deleting or editing. So for just manipulating data in our database, so you use the SQL here. SQL not only used in the MySQL, it is also used in other languages like the Oracle, PostgreSQL. So there are some other database system that SQL uses. And what is Phpmyadmin? Phpmyadmin is actually just a free tool which is written in PHP. Just handle this database operation visually, just not in like the command line. So we can visualize the data here, and also we can use the visual editor here to change the database without writing any SQL query here. But we'll write today some SQL queries also. So how to actually write SQL queries, because it is important when actually you'll develop any application using the PHP or other language, because you have to run the query from your PHP part. Okay, so what are the basic uses of the PHPmyadmin? Just creating a database and creating tables under the database with some other fields and inserting some rows. Rows means actually each data we can treat as updating rows, deleting rows, and the tables we can also update and delete the table. And finally, also we can update the database, also the delete the whole database. Okay, so let's introduce this one. If you are using XAMPP server, or you can use the WAMP server, or if you are using the Mac, you can use the MAMP server. I'm using the example one, and if you're using this one, exam server, you can just download from the Google. It is free open source. Just write it here, free download of exam, XAMPP double P here. And after installing, I just starting here these two services, the Apache server and the MySQL services. I just started here. This service now running. After running here, and you have to just type localhost slash phpmyadmin, and you can see this screen here. I have already many databases created because I have used those for my many projects. Now I'll show you how to create a database here. For example, I just want to create a database which name is like CMSPB, and create it. Simple, it's already created. You can see here in the left side, it is already listed. So just click on it, CMS underscore DB. There is no tables found because we haven't created any table yet, just created the table here. Now I'll create a table. Actually, where's the table? Table means actually keeping some data or related type of data. For example, in our database, there is a users table. That means all the users information will be stored in the table. So we'll create a table for the users. We can also a table for the blog. That means all the blog information like the blog name, blog link, or the created date. So the other information about the blog will be stored in the table. So we can name this table as the blog. Also, we can other table like the pages, or we can also other like information that the latest news. So we can have many type of information in our web application. So for a specific type of application information, we can just create a table. So for now, I'll just create a table for the users. So it's the users, and there will be some columns. That is the fields actually. So I will use the for here. Go. Well, you can see there are already four rows. Is the ID, and ID is the auto incremented. That means when a new record is been sorted, the ID is increased by one automatically by the MySQL. I don't need to keep the data for the ID. And also it should be the primary. That means the index it is uh, known as the indexing. That means the key of the table is actually the ID, and this is the auto increment. I have selected this option, and the second one can be like that username, and it should be the barcode. The first one is the int, that means the integer, it is the number ID. The second one is the barker. Barker means actually it is for the text, plain text. That means a collection of character or numbers together. So it is can be as plain text, and we have to give some value for the limit. So username might not be actually more than 100 or 50. We can just can give it a 50 here. Then the email, the user email, and also it should be the barker and can be like 100. And finally, it can be the password. And the password, I can also give the broker, and the password also not more than actually 100. Okay. So you have to keep remember that when you're using the broker type, you have to give the length of these values. But for the int, that means the int is a type. We don't need to give any value here. We can keep it as blank. Okay, and save it now. Well, the table created already, you can see the user table, there is no data, so it is blank, and you can see the structure here. Just clicking on the structure, you can see this ID, username, email, password already listed, and the first one, this ID is auto incremented. Okay, now I will insert some data here. So let's do it. So I don't need to give the ID, just username. So it can be like CodersTrust, and email that info at CodersTrust.com. And just for password 1234. Oh, well, one row inserted, we can see. So let's browse it. Now we can see the data just I have inserted recently here. This data is already here. Okay, let me check if you have any questions. Okay, thank you, Anurag. I hope you were watching the session. So we have already inserted. So now I can also edit this one like CodersTrust one. So it is changed, you can see. Also can delete using this one, delete it here. I am just using this editor, this PHP might mean that is doing everything here visually. But now I'll write the SQL query. Actually, we need to learn SQL if we want to actually create web application and do something advanced in the PHP. Okay, the first one is the selecting. That means retrieving the data from the tables, one or more tables. So for this data, you can use this one. Select start from TBL name. This is the table name. So for example, our table name is user. So we have to write like that. So we can write this SQL query here. You can see the SQL, and there is already a query for as demo. So you can see here. Select start from table name, that means the user. So if you run this query, just select this grow. Yeah, you can see this data already here. That means the data we have inserted, because select star from means that the star is actually for we want the all this column, that means ID, username, email, password. But if you want just the specific one like that, not only the fourth, just we want to show the usernames. So you can write this select username and go. So you can see just the username is fetched here. No, the other one also you can write more than one like that. Username, comma, email also. So this just from this one. Here you can see now username and email also. So you can actually specify what fields or column you want to show, or you can just use the star if you want to show every fields here. Also, you can use the condition, but for condition we need to insert some other data also. So I'm just inserting the other data. Test.cd.com. Okay. So now there are two rows already. Now I just want to show the second one, that means which ID is 2. So I just want to show this data. So for this one, I have to write the query like that. Select start from users. That means I just want to show the 4 fields. That means the all fields here from the users table, and where, that is this condition I have to set after the where clause. So for ID equal 1, not sorry 2. Just I want to show the second row here, so I can write this where ID equal 2. That means the ID is 2 here. Yes, now you can see just showing the second one because the ID is 2. We also can use other field like that, not ID. It can be like email. For email, it is a barcode, so we have to use like the single quote because it is a string, it is not number. So this is a test at cp.com. So you can see just now it is though it fetches the same data, but the condition is different. Now we are just fetching the data using the email. That means whose email is this one. This data will be shown here. So we can use this where clause to fetch the data using any conditions. We can use the one more than one condition also, like that email is a test at this one and the ID equal to 2. So we can actually use more than one condition using the AND clause. Well, so this about actually the selecting the rows from the table. We have already shown this one, the condition and statement. Now I'll do the inserting. That means without using the Phpmyadmin, I will just write this one query and will run this one in the database. So what I will do here, I'm just insert into table. I'm just copying this one. I'm just closing because I don't need much into here. So this is the SQL, and yeah. So you can see insert into table. It's the table name actually the users, and the column 1, 2, 3. That means we have the four column. So the first one is ID, the second one is name, the third one is email, and the final one is the password. And for values, because the ID is auto incremented and we don't need to give this ID, so for that reason we can use this one, the null. This null means actually we are not providing any value for the ID here. And for the name, we can use like that, someone. And we are also enclosing this value with the single quote here. And for email, we can also like that, someone at ct.com. And finally, there will be password like 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now I'll run this query. So you can just see this is simple. Insert into table name. That means the users and this column name, ID, name, email, password, and finally the values will be inserted here. Okay. So go this. There is some problem. Well, unknown column name. Or because I have the username, not the name actually. It should be username. Yes, now it is inserted. So you can see. So let's see the data here. Yes. So you can see just someone this data already inserted. Just I use the SQL, not just inserting using this one. Just I have used the SQL and write some query and it is inserted properly. So it is the basic format of the inserting data in the table. Now I'll show the something about the update. We have already inserted and shows the data. Now I want to update any specific data. So we can use this pattern. It's simple actually. SQL is easy to understand if we just follow the pattern properly. So now you can say update table name. So for us, the table name is users and the set column name. That means which value you want to change. For example, you want to change the value of email where ID equal 1. That means the first row. So we just want to change the email of the first data. So we can write a value like new email at ct.com. Let me just single quote, not the double quote here. Okay. And also you can change the name also. That means the username. Not the name. I'm confusing with the name and username. So better to use the username. For username, I also can like the new name. ID 1. Okay, let's run it. Yes, one rose affected. That means it is perfect executed. Let's see the. So you can see the new name is changed for the ID one. Also the email has been changed. So we have just run this query using this pattern. We just use the update table name, the set column name, the new value, and we can change the multiple values just using the comma. And finally we just provide the condition. That means a host data actually we want to change here. Finally just we want to delete. It's simple. We can run it here. So this one, select delete from the table name. So our table name is users where ID equal 2. That means we want to just delete the second row here. Yes, do you want to relay execute delete? Yes, it is deleted. Now the second data already deleted from our table. So this all about the query. The basic for function actually used. The first one, the select, that means selecting, retrieving the rows or showing the rows, and inserting. Sorry, that means adding the new data in the our table, and the update existing any rows or any data, and finally the delete. So removing any data from our table, and also you can remove the table using here. For example, we just want to delete this one, we can use the drop. So this table has been dropped. Also you can remove the database just using the operation and drop the database. We can drop here, so everything is just clear. Okay, so PHP might be actually useful for managing database. You can see the visually everything here. Also, you can run the query. Though it is not important to run query here, because when we'll develop a application using the PHP, we have to run the query from the PHP part. But for practicing purpose, you can use this SQL here to run the query and practice here. Well, I hope you have enjoyed the session. If you have any questions regarding today's session, just ask here in the comment section. Okay, I'm for another help for installing the software. So you have to run this one. This is called the XAMPP. So you can just write this download XAMPP. So you can go this link here. Well, and there, which one actually you want to use their version already included, so you can just download the version from here. And simple in installing, just as we install other software. Just click on the next and follow the proper instruction given in the software. And after completing the software, you can see this window here, or you can launch this one and just start the services. The first one, the Apache server, which is for uses the running server, and the second one is the MySQL services for the database. So just click on this start, and you will see these are in the green icon. This they are running here, and after that you can just type this one, localhost phpmyadmin, this URL, and after entering this URL, you'll see the phpmyadmin uh, interface here, and you can see the other things that I have already shown, and you can see the whole session recorded in the same URL. When I will complete the session, you can see the complete session from the beginning recorded in the same URL. So I hope you'll not miss anything here. If you are just not understanding anything, so you can just replay here. And thanks for your compliment that you are watching that. Okay, meanwhile, I just want to show something about the Coder Trust and what basically Coder Trust doing. The main purpose of the Coder Trust is providing the quality skill development, train up, and also prepare the students for earning in the global marketplaces like the freelancer.com, upwork.com. And there are many students already successfully completed the courses and started earning in the global marketplaces. So Coder is not only actually providing the train up, also ensuring the quality and preparing them to beat in the global marketplaces, so that actually they can compete with other programmers around the world. So Codertest is different in their sense. They are actually guiding you to until you start earning. And there are some courses available for front-end development 4 month, and also the full stack development, which includes the PHP and MySQL also. And there are some other like the soft skill which is important, like the writing a good proposal, how to place bid, and how to negotiate with clients, handling clients everything. So you'll be guided here by the Coder Trust. And Coder Trust has 24/7 support and a dedicated expert team. So when a student actually faces problem to understand anything, any topic, or even when he will start project in the marketplace, he can get support from the expert team. So they don't need to be worried when actually they face any problem, because Coder Trust expert team is always there to support them. And if you have any other questions or regarding the course payment issues, the schedule, the flexibility, like there's two or options, online and offline classes, you can just chat here with the support team, and the support team is actually always there here to answer your questions. I hope you'll check the in details in the website codertrust.com. Well, and this our today's session I will complete it just within few seconds. Okay, and look, you can just use the Windows 7. You can use the later version, like this one. You can check here in their website, which is compatible for the Windows 7. Okay, you can just there are a lot of listed. You can use this Windows. I think those should work in the Windows 7 here. Okay, and if you have any other questions, whoever join later, don't worry. You can see the whole session from the beginning. When I will finish the session, you can see the whole session again using the replay here. And you can also comment here if you have any other further questions. I'll try to reply it later. Okay, so take care. Good night. Goodbye.